Today we're going to be talking about something that is quite popular in Game of Thrones, the motto of Game of Thrones, which is winter is coming. I haven't actually seen Game of Thrones. I think I might have seen one episode. This is something that I have utilized by having this ideology, by having this mindset that winter is coming, that has helped me to avoid actually suffering the effects of winter, of suffering fate and fortune. It's a very stoic mindset to have this concept of thinking about winter is coming all the time. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you the things you need to know, like how to become financially independent, how to build the physique you want, how to get the girls that you want, and how to be what I would call a bulldog, to have the bulldog mindset. So click that subscribe button if that sounds good to you, if you want to become a bulldog, if you're tired of having that victim mindset. We're going to be talking about winter is coming, right? So what does that phrase mean? Let's kind of break that down. What it means is this. It's real simple. The concept is that no matter how good that the times may be right now, no matter how successful you might be, you might have a great job, you might be in great health, okay, you might be making a lot of money, okay, some of you, winter's already here, but you could be successful, you could be happy, you could have great relationships in your life. You have to be always aware that winter will come someday. It will be coming, okay? People you love are going to die. Sorry, you're going to die too. You're going to get sick. You're going to lose your health, okay? Whatever is happening great for you in your career and financially, eventually you're going to hit a dry spell. You're going to have something bad happen, okay? Financially, physically, emotionally. You're going to suffer losses of relationships. All of these things are going to happen to you. You know that this is going to happen. Why do you know this is going to happen? Because if you go and you live your life and you review your life so far up to this point, what has happened? Have bad things happen? Have bad things happen when everything was going good, right? That's the most shocking and the most traumatic experiences that we have, is when things are going good and then suddenly things go bad. So that's the idea behind this phrase, winter is coming. You have to live your life in such a way that you're prepared for winter. You're prepared in the good times for the bad times to come, right? So, one of the ways that I do this, that, some of you may have noticed, is that, I'm a multimillionaire, okay? I don't think it's a big secret. I talk about this on the channel. It's not to brag, but, I've made a lot of money. I've made millions of dollars in a lot of different industries, from real estate investment to selling books, to online courses, to royalties from doing video training as a programmer, and a lot of different areas, okay? But I have enough money that I could be rolling around in a Lamborghini, okay? I could be, sporting Armani suits and doing all kinds of stuff, right? I could be spending a lot of money, but I don't, okay? Now, I don't live like a totally moderate lifestyle. I don't live, completely frugally, right? As I used to when I was building up my empire, okay? But I don't live extravagantly. And the reason why I don't, even though I can afford things that are a lot more expensive than what I have, is because I know that winter's coming, right? I'm preparing for winter. I'm ready so that if I take a financial hit, right? So for example, right, a lot of YouTube channels got wiped out and demonetized, right? So this Bulldog Mindset business is based on this YouTube channel, okay? There's some other sources of the revenue doesn't come directly from ads, of course, that'd be silly. All right, I make money on this from Bulldog Mindset. Probably doing about 20K a month right now or so, okay, from a lot of different sources. All right, but my point is that this whole channel could get wiped out. All right, and if it does, what's going to happen? Okay, am I going to be prepared for that? Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm not going to spend all that money just because I'm making it, right? I could be saying, oh, well, I'm making all this money. Let's just, drop bottles at the club every single weekend. I'm not going to do that shit. I can take hits, all right, financially, because I'm prepared, because I'm living below my means, all right? And those hits, if I weren't living below my means, could wipe me out, right? So the tidal wave that would wipe someone out, okay, is not going to wipe me out. That's part of kind of being stoic and having this indifference to fate, is saying that, fate is going to do what's going to happen, right? Sometimes you're going to get lucky. Sometimes good things are going to happen. Obviously, if you work hard, you're going to make your luck better. But you have to be prepared for the worst, right? And this is really, really, really critical, right? And this applies in a lot of different areas, right? A good example of that was last year when I set my PR for my marathon. I did a 3 hour and 45 minute. I was weighing 230 pounds, so I'm pretty proud of that in Las Vegas, okay? I trained so hard for that thing that by the time my goal was to break 4 hours, and by the time I actually ran that thing, it was like a breeze. It was easy. I ran it and I set a PR, no problem, right? It was basically cruising. I didn't even, it wasn't even painful, okay? Whereas, you know, I've been in races, I've been in marathons, I've been on runs where it's been extremely painful. The run that I did today was extremely, it was more painful than the whole fucking marathon, but how much you prepare is going to determine that. So you should live your life basically thinking that winter is coming. And it doesn't mean you have to be a pessimist, okay? I'm a very extreme optimistic person, okay? I believe good things are happening to me. I believe that the road rises up beneath my feet to meet me, and that I live a semi-charmed life and everything just works out for me. I believe that 100%, but at the same time, I'm also prepared for the bad shit to happen. I'm ready for that shit. I'm always ready and vigilant for when the winter is going to come, because I know that it will come. I know that it has come in the past. I know that whatever I think is secure is not secure, and I'm ready to let anything go. I'm ready to lose whatever it is. I'm not forming deep attachments and basing my identity in the things that I have, including my health, including my relationships, including my financial situation, okay? I'm ready for something bad to happen, and I'm prepared for that stuff. Guys, what you got to do is you've got to have that mindset, right? And so I'm going to give you some tips here at the end here. Before I do give you those tips on how you can use this and how you can prepare for winter, make sure, if you haven't already, click that card here and take the Bulldog Mindset quiz. I want to know if you have the victim mindset or the Bulldog mindset. If you've got the Bulldog mindset, okay, you're going to be prepared for winter, right? Because you're going to be training hard. You're going to be working harder than other people. You're going to take responsibility, and you're not going to be a victim. You're not going to allow yourself to be a victim. So let's talk about some tips on how you can prepare for winter. The first thing is this: whatever you're doing, 10x it. Okay, and it doesn't have to be 10x. That's just a way, you know, a lot of people got caught up in that whole thing. Is like, because he's like, whatever your goal is, you know, make sure that you can do 10x that, or set your goal 10x higher. It doesn't have to be 10x, okay? Maybe it's 2x, maybe it's 3x. In some situations, maybe it's 150%, okay? But whatever it is, do not just stop there. Plan on having to do twice as much, or 3 times, or whatever that amount is, whatever is appropriate, so that you're overkill, okay? If you're preparing for a race, like I mentioned, do more. Okay, if you have a financial goal and you need to reach this financial goal, plan on doing more, okay? So, and not only plan on having the goal being more, but plan on the work being more, right? So if you think something's going to take you 2 hours, assume it's going to take you 4, okay? Assume it's going to take you more time, more effort, okay, and be willing to put that in. If something's going to cost you money, right, assume it's going to cost you more money, right? If you're hiring someone, if you're building a business, if you're investing some capital, okay, assume that it is going to require more of that, okay, and plan accordingly. Number 2 is this: stop attaching yourself to shit. If you know that winter is coming, okay, the reason why it devastates you, okay, is because you are attached to things. You're attached to people, you're attached to money, you're attached to objects, okay, you're attached to status. All of those things can be taken from you in an instant. Fate can take anything that she's given you. She can take it from you. When you live detached from those things, when you don't form those attachments, it doesn't mean that you're, you know, that you don't have any life in you. It doesn't mean that you don't care about people, you don't care about things, or that you don't get any joy or excitement out of life. What it means is that you're willing to let everything go. You realize that ultimately, and I've got a video on this about you're always going to be alone in the world, okay? Watch that video if you haven't. It's one of my most popular videos that I recommend all the time. We'll put a link in the description as well. But once you realize that you can't count on everything or anything being permanent in your life, then you're willing to let things go. And what that does is it makes you invulnerable to the ups and downs in life, okay? When winter comes and it's fucking cold and it's freezing, you're okay because you're prepared for that, because you didn't expect that it was going to be warm. You weren't attached to the warmth all the time. If you have to go without food because you've deprived yourself some food in the past, if you've done some fasting and whatnot, you're okay with that because you're not attached to that feeling. You're not attached to that comfort. You're not attached to that relationship. You're not attached to that financial well-being that you might have. You're willing to let all that stuff go, okay? And then number 3 is to have a buffer. Okay, and this is kind of related to number 1, but again, if you know that winter is coming, right? Like I talked about at the beginning of this video, I live well below my means. I could be driving around in a Lamborghini. I could roll around and drop bottles at the club every night. I could do that, okay? I'm not going to. Why? Because I want a buffer, because if some shit happens, right? Let's say that I have something happen and one of my businesses, boom, it gets whacked out, okay? One of my revenue streams gets whacked out. Some building that I'm supposed to have insured gets burned down and I don't have insurance on it for some reason, or there's a nuclear bomb that's dropped on it and the insurance company doesn't cover it. These are all possible things, right? Winter is coming. I have a buffer, okay? I have enough money to live off. I could rebuild. I'm not going to get wiped out. So many of you right now, the reason why you keep on starting over in life is because you don't have a fucking buffer. So when shit happens, when shit hits the fan, when winter comes, it wipes you out completely. Your car breaks down. It starts a chain reaction event. So I call this the squeeze situation. You got to avoid the squeeze. Your car breaks down, okay? And what happens is you don't have enough money to fix your car. So you can't get to work. So you lose your job, okay? And so now you really can't fix your car because you don't have any money, okay? And so now you're rolling around with no transportation. You can't get another job. Your girlfriend leaves you because you're a fucking bum, okay? And your life just rolls down the fucking hill. That's how you end up in a fucking ditch, okay? Whereas if you just had $1,000 in your bank account, if you're just living enough below your means that you had $1,000 in your bank account, then when your car broke down, you would have fixed your car, you would have kept your job, you would have kept the girlfriend, your life would have been completely different. But you're fucking up because you're not creating enough buffer, okay? So create a buffer. Make sure that you're prepared and know that winter's coming. It's the most important concept that you can really do to guard yourself against the misfortunes that are going to happen in life. It's not pessimistic. It's just to realize that winter is coming. It is coming for you. It's going to fuck your shit up. What are you going to do? How are you going to prepare for that? Plan on it. Someone is coming to attack you. What are you going to do? How are you going to prepare? What steps are you going to take right now while things are good? Okay, to make sure that when things do get bad, you're going to be okay. There's a parable of this, which I'll leave you. There's a story of the ant and the grasshopper. I'm sure you've heard the story, right? Where the ants were preparing for winter, okay? They were storing up, whatever it was, aphid juice or what, I don't know what ants store, okay? And they were storing up food, okay, for the winter. And the grasshopper, he's just going around playing his fiddle, and he's laughing at the ants, working so hard while he's YOLOing it, right? He's just living his life, playing on his fucking fiddle, okay? And then what happens when the winter comes, right? He's tightening his fucking belt. He's starving. He doesn't have any food, right? He finally has to beg the ants, and they're like, what the fuck were you doing while we were working? And he was like, oh, yeah, I didn't realize that winter was coming, right? And, could I please get some food? And he's in that fucking squeeze situation. He's groveling and getting some food from the ants. In I think some instances of the story, he starves to death and dies. And that's a fucking lesson, is do you want to be the grasshopper? You're having a good time now? It's great. I see so many people fucking ringing up their credit cards, driving cars they can't afford, and doing shit like that. Especially, and again, I have been okay, let me tell you the places I've been where I have seen this shit, okay, because I was involved in real estate investment for a long time. I'm still a huge real estate investor, and when the dot-com or the real estate crash happened in 2008, I watched people that were laughing at me, that are driving around in their fucking fancy cars. I watched them crumble to dust and lose everything while I was just fine, okay? In the whole software development industry, okay? In building courses, in Pluralsight courses, where I made a lot of money, made a few $1 million from Pluralsight courses. I watched authors that were making 1/10 as much money as me, buying fucking huge fucking houses and stuff like that. And when those royalties dried up, guess what? They're fucked. They're done. They can't even afford the mortgage in their house. I'm set for life from the money that I made, and they just went and spent it because they thought it's just always going to keep on coming. So watch out. Prepare for it. Expect that winter's coming, okay, and live that way. Always have it on the horizon. Always have the fear on the horizon. Again, fear shouldn't rule your life, but you should know that fate will fuck you, okay? It will. And so be prepared for that shit. If you're prepared for it, you're going to survive. You're going to be Superman. You're going to fucking be invincible, anti-fragile. Right? So do that. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Take the Bulldog quiz. I will talk to you next time. Take care.